This is my first video filming in Germany, in my new but temporary apartment. If you're not aware, I have just moved from the UK to Germany, and for the next 3 months I will be living in this holiday let. So this filming space is a little bit awkward. I'm hoping that maybe in the next few weeks I can do something with this space, but for now, first of all, I'm in quarantine for 10 days. As per the German law, and also Germany itself is in a lockdown, so even after the quarantine I don't expect I'll be going out and about buying nice decorative items for my filming background. But I think this will do for a bit. Today I want to talk about how I didn't read at all for a whole month. The last book I finished was Agnes Grey, which I finished on the last day of October. I read that one for the Victober read-along, and then I didn't pick up a whole book until yesterday when I picked up Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier and started reading that. I've only just started it, I'm only 30 pages in, but today I wanted to talk about this month-long reading slump, and a really extreme reading slump. When I've had reading slumps in the past, it usually meant that I read less. Maybe I didn't read every day, maybe I read just one book across the whole month. Maybe I didn't read at all for a week or two, but I don't think I've ever gone a whole month without even opening a book. And I'm not really that worried, concerned, sad or disappointed about it, because I had a lot going on. I was preparing to move countries, then I moved countries, and then I recovered from moving countries. And only now have I felt the desire to pick up a piece of literature and read it. I think it's important to realize that when you have a reading slump, generally speaking, it's never a time issue. We like to say that we're really busy, didn't have the time to read, didn't have the time to sit down and pick up a book, but we know that's not true. Reading doesn't take that long. You can pick up a book and read a page or two and just sit there for 5 minutes and then put it away. So I don't think it is, strictly speaking, a time issue. I don't think time was the reason why I didn't read for a whole month. I think it's more to do with energy. Reading is a hobby that requires some input. You can't passively read something. Even if you listen to an audiobook, you still have to pay attention to it. You cannot just switch your brain off. And that's what we like about reading, right? We like absorbing information, absorbing stories, absorbing words and sentences, and experiencing new worlds and new stories and new perspectives through that. But that act of experiencing a new world or a new perspective requires energy, it requires focus, it requires headspace. And when I was preparing to move house, I didn't have that headspace. What I wanted to do in the evenings on those days was sit in front of the TV and watch something. Because even though when you watch TV, you're also absorbing new information, new experiences, new perspectives, it still requires less of an input. I wonder if you feel the same way. Let me know in the comments if you also think that watching TV or watching a film doesn't require the same mental effort as reading a book. And it doesn't even matter whether it's a classic, a 20th century classic, a contemporary novel. I didn't feel the need to even read one of the lighter pieces of fiction that I have on my TBR. Maybe a contemporary crime thriller, something that by itself absorbs you into the story more easily than a slower paced novel. I'm not going to hit my Goodreads reading goal this year. And while I'm a little bit disappointed about that, that's been a long time coming. I've been lagging behind my reading goal the entire year, and I think that just means that next year I'm not going to set myself a reading goal. I think I set myself a goal of 60 books this year, which is 5 books a month, and that's just not been happening. Not because of time, but because of mental energy. The stores are empty, and books don't refill these stores, but they drain them even more. So what's changed for me now? Why did I pick this up yesterday? For one, I've got nothing to do here. I am still quarantining. Tomorrow I'm going to call up a local doctor and hope that I can get a referral to get a COVID test. which will hopefully get me out of quarantine. If not, then I'm still stuck here for another 5 days at time of recording. I've also unpacked almost everything. The only things left to unpack are my office things, and I haven't got an office right now to put them in, so not really sure how to deal with that. And finally, the stress of moving is kind of over. Right now, I am just waiting until I can leave the house so that we can stock up on things that we need, including food, by the way. I've been living off takeaways for the last few days, which sounds great until you actually do it, and then you're just basically craving vegetables. And this place has started to feel a little bit more like a home. We're not quite there yet, we're not all the way there where I'm feeling comfortable and at home in this strange furnished second floor flat, but we're getting there. And part of that has been small things like receiving cat scratchers and cat furniture that we've ordered, and getting some drugstore items that I've ordered. So as that process of becoming accustomed to living in a new place continues, I think I'm going to have more of a headspace for books. I haven't talked about the book at all yet. I've just started Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. This is many people's favourite of hers. I have only read Rebecca so far, which I've done a video of, by the way. I've recorded myself reading that book. I'll link that down below. But this is great so far. This is a historical novel, and immediately you have that creepy late autumnal British scary story vibe that I liked so much about Rebecca as well. So I think this is the perfect read to get me out of the reading slump, because it is so atmospheric, and with its surroundings of the dark, cold British countryside in late autumn, it reminds me a little bit of the place that I just left behind. I see a lot of videos on BookTube that are along the lines of how to get over a reading slump, how to get past a reading slump, how to recover from a reading slump. And I didn't want this video to be that, because I don't think a reading slump is something you need to get past or overcome. If your brain tells you that you don't want to read right now, there's probably a reason for that. It's probably because your brain just says, okay, let's stop with the stories for a moment. Let's just take some time out, and when you're ready, I will tell you. And I think my brain just did that, and I'm enjoying books again. We'll see how long that lasts. Maybe once I'm allowed out there, I lose the urge to read again, because I'm so excited about exploring this place that I live in. Although we are still in a quarantine, so I'm not sure how much safe exploring I'll actually be able to do. We'll see. If you want to see more videos about my life in Germany and vlogs and so on about living here, I have moved that type of content over onto my second channel, which is called Claudia's House. I'll link that in the description box as well. Check that out if you want some non-book related content from me. Although, let me tell you, I wanted to vlog the actual move, and that just did not happen because it was very rushed, it was very busy at the airport, and I did not have a moment to vlog the journey at all. A bit of a shame, but anyway, check Claudia's House for non-bookish content. And I guess the next video you can expect from me, maybe not the next video, but one of the next videos is going to be a review of this book. So far, I'm enjoying it very much. Thank you for watching. Bye!